Hi, welcome to another video of the Target Individual Program, the Target Individual Experience. It's pretty late, but I'm doing this video because I need to do it at this moment. And when along the way as I'm doing this video, you guys will understand why I'm doing it at this time of the night. It is, after 2 a.m., but I have to do this tonight. And I've been meaning to do a video, but I've been having a lot of difficulties, right? First off, Saturday night I received a call, and of course I was sleeping, so I got up Sunday morning and I listened to my voicemail because I saw that I have a voicemail. Okay, and so I listened to the voicemail. Let me see if you guys can hear it. Okay, so that was the song that was left on my voicemail Saturday night call. The song is called Run, uh, you know, Nigga Run. I don't usually like to say that word, but I'm just saying it because of, again, just the reference to the um, voicemail that was left for me. Okay, and so this is the song.
Run, nigga, run, well, the federal will catch you. Run, nigga, run, well, you better get away. Run, nigga, run, well, the federal will catch you. Run, nigga, run, well, you better get away.
All right, I'm going to just end it right there for copyright purpose. I don't want to get my video flagged, and I hope it won't get flagged, right? But I just needed you guys to see what's going on, right? To see and hear what's going on, particularly in my targeting. And when I talk about, racist white NYPD officers, okay, who have been engaged over the past, uh, you know, almost 20 years, a PSYOPs campaign, a discrediting campaign, a setup campaign, psychologically manipulating me, okay, using various psychological conditions such as dark NLP, um, coercive persuasion, power of suggestions, those sort of things, and along with using microwave technology for mind control, okay, as well as illegally implanting me with a microchip. And so because I, uh, exposing what it is that they're doing, they are coming after me very hard, and which is fine. I mean, they're going to do what they got to do because they got to shut me up, and I'm going to do what I got to do because I got to expose what it is that they're doing, okay? And so, I used to get a lot of messages like this in the past, and I guess I don't know, I struck a chord with them somehow because now they started back with these types of messages on my voicemail. So, just to let people know again uh, what's going on, right? And in this video, you'll see again the NYPD, engaging in a level of harassment. Okay, And there's one video that I did where one of the police officer, he took his hands and he rubbed it over his face, and then he pinches his nose. But I didn't get it on the video because I had the phone to my chest, and I didn't turn far enough so where I can, you know, record them, because I didn't want to make it too obvious. Because again, they were circling the block many times, and I started to notice it. I'm like, okay, as soon as I left Pam's house, they, I went to the bus stop within less than 3 minutes. They showed up, and they circled around twice. And at the third time, I record them, okay, and so you guys will see. All right, but first, the first video I want to show. Actually, before I get into that, let me get into this again, and how the use of the police officers to uh, you know um, to manipulate or to intimidate, and having the target feel like they're in a constant state of interrogation and indirect communication, which is also a part of this video you're going to see, right? And so it says the group can begin by saying the individual's name, specific words, different sound, and use other distracting action to attract the individual's attention. The target individual realizes that the group, or it could just be a person, not just a group, is using some form of harassment and begin to listen to the group around them. Using indirect communication, they can insult, excuse me. So they can insult the target, attack the individual dignity, integrity, or self-esteem, threaten the victims, ask questions, or continue to use specific words and sounds to attract the targeted individual attentions. So indirect communication is also a form of conditioning that can lead to psychological disorders in which the victim feels that he or she is in a constant state of interrogation. Okay, and then the constant state of interrogation, ambiguity, unfinished ambiguity, frustration, and negative conditioning. Right. This tactic is used. This is you also use to induce paranoia. Okay, and then fear conditioning and hidden sounds he's talking about, but I'm not going to get into that stuff because I just want to just give this brief reading of what you will see, and I will explain it in this video. Okay. Okay. All right. So this was, I believe, last Friday, I think. Or was it this week? Can't remember. Anyway, but I was on the bus. As soon as I got on the bus, this lady sat down and seat in front of me, and then she started doing this. All right. And then another gentleman, he came and he sat down in the same row, the same side that she's sitting, which you'll see. And he started like pinching his nose and stuff like that. And so when I saw him doing that, okay, let me move this back over here. Okay, so when I saw him doing that, I kind of turned the phone towards him, right? And then he tries to play it off. Okay, let's go to the next video. So I was on the one bus because I live in the 2-fare zone. When I'm going to Pam's house, I can't take the bus. I take 2 buses, right? So I get to actually not this video. This shouldn't be here. Actually, let's see. Okay, this one. Okay, right. All right, here we go. So I got off the bus. This is the same bus that I was on from the previous video that I just showed you. So I came out the house to go pick up the kids from after school, take the bus, a lot of police. I think this is Monday. A lot of flashing lights, and again using people, women that look like my ex, right?
February
And the police showing their presence.
24th.
They've been doing it a lot, so probably mean that maybe they've gotten to her, manipulated her, brainwashed her. You know, 'cause you have people who think that they can't be brainwashed. And we're all walking around here, program, okay? Without a doubt. Right? So, oh, let me see. Oh, they're gone.
So
I was on the bus, the police car parked up right here by this bus stop, but
now I want you to pay attention to this guy here. See, he's across the street. He's wearing a red jacket, right? So again, you'll see how they'll use the mentally ill to try to, you know, um, to target me in somewhat. You know, they do this from time to time, right? They use mentally ill people to try to target me, right?
car parked up right here by this bus stop. But
I said it was because on my way over by Pam, heavy police presence as I'm on the bus, and the bus was so crowded I couldn't even really, you know, initially from when I first got on the bus, from the video that I showed you. After that, a lot of people came on the bus, and you know, I really couldn't really videotape anything. But as soon as I came off the bus, I had to start video recording.
They are gone. So again, they are covertly hiding their activities. Alright, well, the bus is coming, and like I said, they are being very covertly, extra covertly operational. That's even a word, a word to use together.
Yeah. So what it is I'm trying to say is that when I'm on the bus, like I said, I saw their presence, and they were, you know, doing it in such a way that I couldn't record. And again, like I said, when I first initially got on the bus wasn't crowded. Then the bus became crowded, and then I started to see the police start showing up. So it was definitely done on purpose, and the people that came on the bus were definitely a part of it. Okay, and trying to hide the activities by the police. And like I said, look, I haven't committed any crime. I have not I have not committed any crime. It's been like I've been a target for 20 something years. I'm going on 2 decades. My brother, my twin brother, been a target since the mid 1990s, right? I've known people who've been targeted in this program for over 30 years, right? What have they done? Okay, if they've committed a crime, what happened to your right to a trial or what have you? What happened to all of that? What happened to that, right? So it just goes to show you that it's not about that. It's not about that. It's about oppressing. It's about eliminating the people who they deem as a threat. Okay, that's what it's about. Okay, and not every TI is going to understand what I'm talking about. But being a black person who has been constantly harassed by white NYPD officers, the vast majority of them who've been targeting me over the past years. They'll get a couple of black one, a couple of Hispanic one from time to time, a couple of Indian ones from time to time. I shouldn't say Indians, but you know, Asians, uh, Middle Eastern type, those from India, those, Pakistan, those type of individuals, right? We're called, let's say, right. So anyway, so this is what uh, has been happening, has been going on, all right? And so again, you're just showing, exactly what it is that they're doing, because I
So I mean,
understand what they're
listen,
doing, okay?
all right, I'm on the bus, and they've been going up and down, flashing their
Mhm.
lights.
And like I said, recently when I started coming over by Pam, they started doing the same thing too. But again, I've talked about this before. There are going to be times when, for some reason, they don't want me over here, right? And so when I'm on my way here, whether I'm on the bus or driving or what have you, there'll be a heavy police presence, right? Then I don't know what happened, but then they'll stop that. Then I'll go home, right? Then I'll be at my house and they start with the sirens again, right? Then all of a sudden they want me to come over here, okay? So all of a sudden, like, she'll call me and in this nice tone of voice, "Oh, I'm so tired," and whatever, because she wanted me to come over here to watch the kids while she go to sleep, right? So she come from work, she's tired, she's want to go to sleep, so she called me, and I come over here, you know what I'm saying? Because yeah, look, um, I can't leave my kids uh, to where their mother is tired and she's sleeping and they're causing a wreck in the house, because that's normally what will happen, right? If I'm not here and she's tired, sometimes I call her and she's like, "Oh, I'm just waking up." I'm like, "Okay, did you bathe Alyssa?" And she's like, "No, shoot, I fell asleep." I said, "Okay, well, so I have to tell her, listen, well, you need to get up and make sure that these kids are in bed or what have you. I mean, not to say that anything is, I mean, she works and she's constantly tired, so it happens. So most of the time I'm here, so if I go pick up the kids, feed them, make sure they bathe, and then put them to bed. And so with the way things are going between me and her, I spend more time at home now as opposed to here. And the only reason why I came over here is, again, also because Ethan, uh, she told me that Ethan said that he was having nightmares about me and something, like bad things was happening to me and stuff like that. So I just kind of came over just to ease his mind a little bit and stuff like that. But then shit just got you guys will see. The videos that I've done will explain it. All right. So anyway, so I'm at the second bus stop, right? So now you're gonna see how. Remember I told you, watch out for this guy in the red, right, in the red jacket. So now, as the bus is coming, he comes over. He starts talking to himself loud, really, really loud, right? So at the time I had finished that video, the first video, and I wasn't going to record anymore. But then he shows up, talking really, really loud to himself. And the minute that I put my phone up to record his behind, he stops. Okay, he stops. Okay, and that to me tells me that
Again.
these people know exactly what they're doing, and a lot of this shit is just an act. A lot of them are just actors. Okay, a bunch of actors that are getting paid, to put on a show. Okay, because the minute the bus came, he came over, stand in front of me talking to himself. And the thing is that he never even got on the bus. Okay, he never got on the bus. So anyway, at least I don't remember him getting on the bus. But that is part of the things that they'll do. Okay, this
Respecting,
is a video that was playing.
really being nasty.
Okay, so tonight, this happened tonight. Okay, and I'm gonna let the video play, and so you guys can understand. You know.
Hi, welcome to another video of the Targeted Individual Experience, Targeted Individual Program. It's about 1:30 a.m. at night, just leaving Pam's house. They have her
again targeting me, doing palm fixation drill. And I was laying in the bed because my back was hurting. I didn't want to sleep on the couch. So laying on the bed, and she turns to me, and first I walked in the bedroom. I had tea in my hand, and she's like, no, 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 what are you doing? I want to go to bed. I said, well, you can go to bed. I've been, so she's like, well, you drinking your tea, whatever. I said, so that doesn't stop me, you from going to bed.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Right. So, you know, this is something that again, with the heavy police presence, all of a sudden she starts to feel so, it starts to become disrespectful to me. Right. And even when I played her the voicemail, she didn't say anything at all. She didn't say anything at all. I played that voicemail for my sister. She didn't say nothing. Right. I sent it to my other sister. She didn't say nothing. All she said to me is you know, did you take a screenshot of the? I said, listen, they called me from an unknown number. Well, take a screenshot of the call, of the time, what have you. I'm like, look, you know, why you tell me all of this? You would think that people would be concerned, especially your family members, right? Will be concerned that you know a family member is receiving these type of messages. Okay, but there's no concern on their part at all, none whatsoever. So my ex, sent her the song that was sent to me, and she was shocked. She was like, oh my god. And when I told her that, when I played it for my family members, how they, she just couldn't believe it. She's like, wow. Because they're being conditioned into silence, right? So you know uh,
How many times have I stayed in the bed, and you come in the bed drinking tea, eating food, or you watching your tablet, playing it while.
exactly right. So yeah, so Pam, this is what Pam would do. If I'm over here, if I sleep in the bed with her, she'll you know stay up watching uh, makeup videos on her tablet, like 1 o'clock at night, 1:30 at night, and I'm trying to go to sleep. And so, or, she snores. Sometimes she snores really, really heavy, but I don't bother. I don't say nothing about it. I'm just like, listen, people snore, what I'm saying? Once I fall into a deep sleep, it usually doesn't bother me unless she gets really, really loud. And then, I kind of have to like, fix her head, I position her head to where, she is no longer snoring. Okay. But yeah, I mean, the disrespectfulness, it's just incredible. Okay. Incredible to tell me that she's trying to tell me that I can't drink tea in her bedroom, right? Whereas I've drinking tea in her bedroom before. Again, she's right. It is her bedroom. She can eat, drink, whatever she want to do in it. But then to turn around and tell me that I can't do that, okay? I try to insinuate that I can't do that all of a sudden, right? So, yeah, at that point, I was like, you know what? I need to leave, and got dressed, you know, put on my, got dressed and, left to go to my house.
you know, and I don't say nothing. She's like, you can't say nothing. I was like, well, really? He's like, yeah. She's like, cause it's my bedroom. So I said, okay, if that's how it is. So you can drink your tea in your bedroom, but all of a sudden I can't. So now they got her to a stage where she's just straight up disrespecting me, and you know, I ain't gonna stand for that shit. That shit is definitely not happening. So she turns to me. So anyway, I turned my back and went back to drinking my tea. And then she turns to me, and as I turn around, she did this with her thumb. And she's like, "Here, let me give you a good night kiss." And as she leaned forward towards me, she took her hands with her thumb, just like that, and put it in my face. Right? And at that point, I was like, okay, yeah, so she's definitely targeting me now.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, you guys didn't see correctly in the video, but uh, so as I went back to drink my tea, she turned towards me, and she was like, "Here, let me give you a kiss because I'm going to bed."
And she did, as she was saying that to me, she took her thumb and put it in my face like this. Okay. And, at that point, I was just like, okay, all right. And because I recognized it before, right? And you'll hear me explain uh, how I recognize it.
Into that space where, because I've experienced this before years ago, before many years ago, over, how long I've known Pam, about, we've been together for like 12 years, I would say. It's 13 years. So about 2 years before that, I was dating this other girl, and at one point, she started targeting me, and she started doing the same thing. Right? Whenever I would see her, she would stick her thumb out towards me. So when Pam, she just started doing that now. So I decided, you know what? Let me leave. And I got to get up for school in the morning. I got to be at school for 8 o'clock. But I'd rather go home, Take me a while to get home, but I'd rather be in my house, in my bed, uh, as opposed to laying next to someone.
And you hear the music in the background, right? This is again, this is something that they do, right? Using music, certain types of songs, right, to relay some sort of message. Okay. And so, to be able to get this all on the video, what I'm doing right now, it's like, yes, I'm finally able to show other aspect of how they're targeting me.
you know, is engaged in the psychological warfare, the psyops campaign against me. So, you know, so I hope you guys can see. There's like really no one out here except for a few perps that were on the corner. All right, so you guys can see. Look, there's basically no one. I mean, a couple cars on the road, but look behind me. There's two guys in the gas station back there, but that's about it. You know. So yeah, yep. So they definitely have her doing this to me now, and hey, I came, and the thing is, I came down there tonight to help her out with the kids and stuff like that. Plus, my son, he's been having nightmares because I'm not there. So he's been dreaming, having nightmares of bad things happening to me, because of my target, and so now he's being affected by it and stuff. So so I said, let me come spend the night, and I was gonna sleep on the couch, but like I said, my back is hurting me, so you know,
And I tell you, the only people that are showing concern for me is my kids. Okay, these adults, no, they they don't want to hear nothing. You show them the truth, they they turn a blind eye. They just become dead silent. Okay, I mean, it's unbelievable. As an individual, as a human being living, being put through this for so long, and to see the people around you just basically like turn their back on you and basically show no concern that this is being done to you. Okay, and matter of fact, engaging in this in it, right? Not understanding the reality of it, right? Is that this has been happening for a long time. This is not just me. This is a lot of us, and I know there are other TIs of other ethnicity, but particularly in America, I was speaking as a black man. Let me tell you, this stuff has been happening to us black men for decades. Okay, it has never. I would say for centuries, it has never stopped. They just developed new ways. They've just developed new ways, developed new technology which they can use against us. Okay, in ways they can manipulate us negatively, right? In many different types of ways, right? And so when I see black men being arrested for stuff, I kind of have an understanding, more so than most people in terms of what has been done to them. Okay, because the majority of us black people are walking around in America thinking that that yes, we made it somehow. We haven't made it. That's the illusion, because we want to believe in the illusion. Okay, we rather replace the reality with the illusion in our minds, in order to deal with the reality. So we create this illusion and everything is fine and such, but it is not. It is not. Until you start to see things for what it is, it's scary. But you know what? You're going to come out with a better understanding of what's going on and how they're doing things to manipulate, to separate, to divide us, okay, to divide people against each other, right? So, like I said, man, the only people that showing concern, well, I mean, my ex showed concern. She was very concerned. She was just like, and at least, there are people out there, it may be far and few, you know, but there are people out there who really understand what's going on, right? For the most part.
So I had to sleep in the bed. And that's what happened, right? Yeah, I mean, straight up disrespecting, really being nasty. You know, I mean, telling me that I can't drink my tea, but she can because it's her bedroom. So at that point, I was like, okay, this woman has no respect for me. She's lost all respect for me. And because, again, my target and what they've manipulated her or whatever they told her or what have you, or they promised her, because she's always like, oh, I was going to get this house, but the deal didn't fall through, what have you. So, got me thinking that, hey, maybe, because we as TIs know that, you know, this is they, people engage in this behavior. They grant them favors. Okay, I've done a video on the FBI recruitment of civilian spies, civilian snitches, I should say, and how they reward them, right? Either through, these gift cards and stuff like that. They may, get a very low mortgage loan, very low loan on I say a very low rate on a house loan, a bank loan and stuff like that. So they find ways to reward them without making it look so obvious in terms of just giving them money and putting money in their bank account, unless they're professional snitch, which is liars, right? So there are people out there who snitch for the police that basically make a living lying, sending innocent people to jail, and the police don't care because they know that these people are lying and they don't care. I did a video on that, so you guys can, you know, look at that video, right? I put the documents out there from, the Intercept, the website, the Intercept. They have a treasure trove of documents that was gotten through the Freedom of Information Act or through the Edward Snowden leak and various leaks. So you guys can look at that one, and you guys can see, right? Okay, and they go to NYPD rolling by. Gotta make the U-turn, the garbage truck, and they come rolling by. See them? Hope you guys can see them. I guess I don't know if you guys see them or not, but they are heading down there.
Yeah, so, and that was uh, I think it was the second time that they drove by, and I turned the phone, but again, the angle in which I was, using the front camera, right? So when I turned it, I really couldn't see. So all you saw was like a little sliver of their lights, the siren lights. Um, but you're going to see them again, okay?
Yep. So I know it's just a matter of time before they show up. It is what it is, you know. The NYPD again. I guess they're circling the block. Look at them. Circling the block. Look at them. As soon as I leave, right? Because they have me under surveillance. Then at the bus stop, they drove by, went around, and came back down.
So she comes stand up here. Look at her. Talking really loud, person on the phone, or grow some. Okay, so what explained in here is what is called again the indirect communication. Okay, so I was at the bus stop. She comes and she's talking really loud, like really loud. Okay, she to where if anybody else up the block, down the block, they can hear her. She was really loud, and she starts talking to I guess whoever was on the phone with her, saying all sorts of stuff. I like balls. You don't hear me crying like a bitch. She was like saying, grow some balls. Hold on. Look at her. Talking really loud, person on the phone, or grow some balls. You don't hear me crying like a bitch. All this shit, This is the type of conversation they like to have. Yeah, I mean, she literally stood up right where I was at, okay, right, and then I took my phone out to record her, and again, then she leaves because this is what they do, right? So, they'll stand there because if I'm not recording, they'll stand there saying whatever they gotta say, but the minute I take my phone out, or pick my phone up to record, they leave. Right? Because she is talking loud as heck. So that I can hear her, and then she comes and she stands up right beside me. Talk about, I got to grow up here balls. Right? And then as soon as she left and did that, there was a car that pulled out of a parking space, and this guy was making a whole bunch of U-turns. I was like, what is he doing? I mean, literally, he was just going down the block, making a U-turn, coming back, going down the block, making a U-turn, making a U-turn, making a U-turn. Okay? And so right here? No, I'm sorry. It wasn't as soon as she did. It was actually before her. Just before he opened the door, closed it. But he keeps making U-turns. Again, I didn't catch that. I thought I did because I'm using the face cam, and I turned the phone around, so the angle is a little bit different. Even though I have the phone turned, I'm thinking that maybe it's picking these things up, but it's not. Okay, but definitely, same dude in that vehicle. You'll see it as it drives by. As he comes in my direction, as he's close to me, he opens his car door, he closes it. License plate H. See, open the door, close it. But he keeps making U-turns. All right, his license plate HXX1747. All right, that's all this dude been doing. He pulled out the parking space and made a whole bunch of U-turns. Right, and now he's I guess to get my attention. Yep. But this is what they're doing. Pull out a parking space. He made about 3 or 4 U-turns on this block, and I'm like, and watch who's gonna come down now, right? Guys, watch who's coming right now. Watch this. Watch who's coming right now. All right. Watch who's coming right now. Okay. Oh, you can pull up to the light. You guys can pull up to the light. Right? Look at all the space they have in front of them, pull up to the light. But nope, because I'm standing here. Exactly. See, and again, I'm standing at the bus stop, which, and they can, there's no cars in front of them now. But they have to stop, like, right where I'm at. Okay? Right where I'm at. Right, to get my attention, right, to let me know that that we've been circling the block, we've been watching you. Because I'm standing here, they gotta come pull up right here. All right. So Just to show you guys. And okay, wiping his face, pinching his nose. Same ones. Oh yeah, now you're gonna pull up. Now you're gonna thing, right? He's pinching his nose. Same ones. Oh yeah, now you're gonna pull up. Now you're gonna thing, right? Okay. Look at them.
Okay, so I was out there for a little while, and no bus didn't come, so I decided just to go by my Pam, and I just sleep on the couch. I get up early in the morning and leave because, like I said, I have class in the morning, but I needed to do this video tonight, okay? Because again, this is what they're doing, and the threat. As I was doing this video, as you guys see, I usually use my other mic, but I got to figure out what's going on with that because there's a constant echo whenever I use that mic now. And so, as I was doing this video, they hit me with the whoop whoop again, because again, trying to shut me up, basically, trying to intimidate me, and this is what they've been doing, right? And so, like I said, I made a video yesterday, but it got messed up again because everything was echoing from the mic. There's a lot of feedback, a lot of echo, and I had uploaded it, but I deleted it because, like I said, it wasn't really, you know, it really wasn't good. The audio wasn't good. So, but yeah, and so this is what happened. I mean, and even waiting for the bus, I know it's them. That's the because last night, not last night. I'm sorry. Tuesday night, because I left here at around 11:30 to go home, and I had to wait for the second bus, right? And so all of a sudden, I'm waiting at the bus stop, and this dude shows up, okay? And you know, normally people walking on the sidewalk, right? But this dude walked in out in the street and started walking, okay? Out in the street and started walking, So basically, it's like when I leave here now, all right, I guess they're gonna take, especially if I'm leaving here at a certain time, what have you. And I know it's late, but come on, I live in New York City, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, Normally, it take me about half an hour to get home. On a night where the bus isn't coming that fast, it'll take me about 40 minutes to maybe 45 minutes to get home. Okay, last night it took me, not last night, again, Tuesday night, it took me, well, actually, it was last night, but it was early morning. So it took me an hour and a half, okay? And so tonight, when I went on the bus up, the bus didn't come. It took so long, I was like, you know what? Let me just go back in the house. I'll lay my behind in the car. My back's going to be hurting me, but hey, you know, I didn't walk with any muscle relaxers. So, I can't take it. But, you know, I'm going to get on the couch, get up early, and leave. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah. So, again, just trying to explain to you guys what's going on and, let you all see how I'm being targeted, the intimidation factor, the NYPD, what it is that they do with me being on the surveillance 24/7. Because when I leave here, it's like they start showing up, right? Like clockwork. Okay? And they circle in the block. And as you saw, that police car, he had all that space in front of him, but he didn't want to go up to the light. He wanted to stay right there so he can see me and I can see him. All right? And he just rubs his hand over his face and pinches his nose. And I'm so
man, I wish I would have turned the phone just ever so slightly, you know. And but again, I wasn't looking at the screen because I was out there by myself. Okay, and you got two white police officers in a car. You know what I'm saying? And so any shit could happen. So I was like, you know what? Let me just be cautious and you know. And then the bus didn't come. I was like, you know what? Just for my safety, let me go back and I just spend the night. I just go to school in the morning and I'll go home afterwards. But yeah, that's it for the video. And I'll see you guys on the next video.